a crazy amount of hype around him when they're comparing him to Rodri.
Yeah, Declan Rice was poor. He was poor.
Yeah, and then when it comes to Kane, regardless of what you say about him not winning or Tottenham or whatever, the geezer's a crazy goal scorer. He's got a mad history of goal scoring. He's compared to our greatest ever goal scorers in England and the Premier League consistently because of his goal scoring record. He has PR, he has hype that he didn't live up to anywhere close. He looked like he faded in one tournament, like everything was faded. So if I'm looking at the different players and what did you do? Yeah. How did you contribute to us even getting to the final? And then I look at Foden, who's supposed to be England's best player in the league, contributed nothing, not one goal, not one assist. And then I'm gonna go, oh Jude, you're not living up to the hype.
No, no, but as
It's
I said,
deep, bro. It's
no,
deep.
no. I do understand what you're saying, but as I've mentioned before, yeah,
Mm.
this team was built around Bellingham. Whether people like it or not, the team was built around Bellingham. He was given the hype before the tournament. So when it comes to, and I did say this, when they play against the better teams, he ain't gonna do anything. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, he did though.
well, he laid the ball back for Cole Palmer.
He got an assist, and he created an opportunity that Watkins didn't control properly.
I, I,
Yeah.
I did see that one.
So
So
if I can turn
so
around,
basically,
go on.
he had two moments. We'll just say, yeah, two moments
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
over a
We're
90
talking
minute
about,
game. Over a 90
yeah.
minute game, he had two moments.
Okay, over a 90-minute game, he had two moments. What was the first chance of the game?
I'm
Foden chance, right?
oh the phone what from the free kick.
Yeah, I think it was a free kick or something like that.
Yeah,
At the
yeah,
back post, yeah.
yeah,
Keeper gets to it. I think it was at the end of the first half.
yeah. He's at the first half. Yeah,
That's how long it got to the first chance of the game. It wasn't like it was a game that was end to end
mm,
open. It wasn't like England, where even England were like the worst I've ever seen them in possession. Yeah,
no.
ever. It was like they forgot how to play out of a press, even though no league presses as well as the Premier League in any way, shape, or form. Yeah. So it wasn't even like the press was that good. It wasn't like they were playing against Spain's all-star 11. Yeah. They're playing against teams that you would say, okay, if Arsenal were to play Real Sociedad, Arsenal should be walking all over them. These are players that come from these teams, and they were playing these geezers, yeah, like they were playing prime Brazil. So something is wrong with the mentality, the instructions, or something. From what I saw England play well when we win a goal down.
Yeah, but then the typical thing happened. We scored, and then it's like,
Where
all
does that
right,
come from? It's like it's in the team's DNA. Where does that come from? Because our teams don't do that.
Mm.
they don't. It's weird. It's always been weird. Like I've always found it weird. Like we score, and then it's like, all right, it's job done now. Like, no, it's not. Why don't you go out the team? Why don't you keep going with the same intensity that got you that goal? Maybe it might get you a second. Why do you go back within yourself? Like we barely held on to that one goal to even out the match.
Yo,
Yeah,
Rodri came off injured.
yeah, but the problem is England's team is not designed to dominate possession. It's not. It's not. Declan Rice is not going to dominate possession. Jude Bellingham's not going to dominate possession.
Mm.
What's his face? Kobe Manu can, but obviously Kobe's still inexperienced at this level. You know what I mean? And then you've got Phil Foden. Let's face it with Phil Foden as well. Phil Foden is a system player. He's not an individual player like a Cole Palmer because
Yeah, but to be
Phil
fair,
Foden hasn't got the capabilities to take the game by the scruff of the neck and make things happen. The one thing about Bellingham, what I would say, is that Bellingham has the arrogance to try and take the game by the scruff of the neck, but he ain't good enough to do that. That's the difference. You know what I mean? And then you've got Bukayo Saka, who was the best out of the four, but Bukayo Saka again is a system player.
Why was Bukayo Saka the best out of the four?
Say again?
Why was Bukayo Saka the best out of the four?
Bukayo Saka for me was the best out of the four because he's the only one that looked like he could probably do something in the game in terms of, I don't know, taking on his man, getting a goal. Foden was on the periphery of the game. Bellingham wasn't really doing too much. I mean, there was a few things Bellingham done well when he held onto the ball and played it out wide. And Harry Kane, as we know, Harry Kane was never going to work in this system anyway, because when you've got four players in Bellingham, Foden, and Saka, and Kane himself all want to come to the ball, it's never going to work for that striker. So that's a failing by Southgate. Southgate should have just played Ivan Toney and told Ivan Toney to stay up top, not come to the ball, and then they can play into Ivan Toney. But to play Bellingham Bellingham was playing more from the left, and then Foden was playing as a number 10.
Bear in mind, I'm going to say this now. I expect you to have that kind of opinion of Saka's performance, and I'm not coming for Saka. The reason why I'm saying it is because of the way we play. Most of the time, when you're going to remember Saka, you're going to remember those moments when we were able to get him isolated against his defender. So you're going to remember him more favorably than you would other players. If I were going to say the tournament on a whole, has Saka had an amazing tournament? No.
Yeah, but I don't think that.
Has he been fairly effective? Yeah.
Yeah, he was the best of a bad bunch. That's what I mean. I'm not saying Saka was unbelievable. He just was the best of a bad bunch.
Because what I'm saying is you would see Saka being hyped, if we didn't stick with Kane for the whole tournament. You'd have seen it because he would have gotten about, like I said last time, 3-4 assists by now. And when it comes to the team not being set up for to hold possession, if you look at our stats for the rest, for the rest of the competition in England in general, England usually dominate possession.
But it depends who they're playing.
No, in general, they usually dominate possession. Like I said before, this Spanish team, remember Rodri came off injured, and it still carried on. This Spanish team, is not that good on paper in comparison.
They are. Let's not do that, man.
Bro,
they are good. They are good.
Days.
And I tell you another thing as well, You had the commentator Lee Dixon, He was saying the one player that you wouldn't want to come off is Rodri, As soon as we found out Rodri was coming off,
and Zubimendi come
I said they're gonna be fine, because if you know about Zubimendi plays a similar way to what Rodri does.
Bro, I don't care if he plays a similar way to what Rodri does. There is no way in hell if Zubimendi comes up against Arsenal's midfield, Man City's midfield, Liverpool's midfield, I'm going to expect a Real Sociedad to spank, man. I'm not going to expect that to happen. So why would I expect it from them when they're playing for the country? Declan Rice is often seen as the best midfielder in England.
You can't say that.
Why? Why can't I say that?
So you think Zubimendi, Mikel Merino, and who else would they have in there for Real Sociedad? You think they wouldn't compete against Arsenal's midfield? I don't think you can say that.
All I'm saying now, if they were playing them in the Champions League, I'm saying the betting odds are going to be crazy. Number one. Number two.
Go on.
If Arsenal ever lost,
go on. Let Alex jump in. Go on.
Go on.
I will say is, think back to Atletico Bilbao versus Man United.
Oh God!
What happened?
Wait, was that your worst? The worst Champions League run?
No, we were Europa League quarter final.
Okay,
and we had a good team.
We got absolutely destroyed,
popped off the pitch. So I genuinely think maybe.
What happened afterwards?
We went out.
No, I know, but what happened? What was the reaction like in that situation?
You know it was
understandable.
You know it was. It was shocked by this country, because this country didn't realize that Athletic Bilbao were a good footballing side. It was a bit of arrogance. That's what it was.
When was that though? And he was the manager.
This is when Fergie was in charge.
Okay, from back then.
They got absolutely destroyed when they went to the San Mames. They got destroyed. But if you watch Spanish football or if you know about Athletic Bilbao, you know a lot of these countries are very comfortable on the ball. So what I'm trying to say about Zubimendi,
Yeah.
it's the lack of respect that these commentators have, because they're thinking Rodri's coming off, and because Rodri, rightly so, is the best DM in the world, and he's talked about, because he's coming off, you're thinking, oh, they ain't got no one really to bring on. Well, you think Zubimendi couldn't get in this England midfield? Yeah, of course he could.
He's an out and out CDM. So
He's an out and out CDM. What you think?
So wait, hold on.
Nah, don't be silly, man.
Remember, yeah, I may turn around and say, okay, I get that point when you think about the balance of the midfield, getting it right, giving players the right roles, and all that kind of stuff. But if I'm talking about the stature that these guys have for their clubs and the rating that they get internationally, outside of England, it's just internationally, yeah, there is no way that they should be getting like passed around like that and pressed off the ball by that Spanish team.
Well, they kind of should, because the way Spain train and the way they play football.
Okay, so Spain have a style, right?
Yeah, 100.
All right, so they have a way of playing. Why don't England?
Why don't England? I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. The culture of this country is all wrong for a start. Yeah, it's all wrong because really and truly, yeah, England have like a mixed match of players. They've got some players that are ball players, then they got some players that are better without the ball. Yeah, if you look at Spain, who would you say is Spain's worst player in possession?
Morata, maybe.
Right, Morata. He's their worst player in possession. So you can afford to have one player that is your worst in possession, but have the majority of the team.
All right,
and from Cucurella, Laporte, Lenormand, Carvajal, Fabian Ruiz, Rodri, Dani Olmo, your